In a world permeated with barbecue websites under the control of tyrannical administrators, there was one man. A one-man army. He broke all the rules. He allowed his members to speak out, give their opinions, and make the website what it is today. Get ready for Greg Rempe and the Barbecue Central Show.
Live from Cleveland, Ohio, it's the Barbecue Central Show.
On LA Talk Radio, it's the Barbecue Central Show on your Tuesday evening. I'm your host, Greg Rempe. Very good Tuesday evening to you wherever you may be. Happy to have you aboard. Got a great show lined up for you, so if you want to jump in, if you have something on your mind that you know you want to talk about for sure, you don't need any show set up, but you're looking for the number to dial, I'll give you that number right now. It's 216-220-0966. Please, if you are listening, well, I guess you can only be listening through the latalkradio.com website at this point. You'll see a call-in number that's listed there. I believe it's either in yellow or red. That starts with 818. That is not the number to call me on because I am in Cleveland, Ohio, coming to you via Los Angeles, California. So the number you want to call in on is 216-220-0966. You can also email me at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. That's bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. Let me ask this small favor of you if you're listening right now. You're obviously sitting in front of your computer. Go ahead and open up an email if you know somebody that likes barbecuing, likes grilling, likes entertaining shows in general. Then I would humbly ask that you open up your email client and shoot out a handful of emails to somebody that you know that you think would enjoy the show right now. And include the link latalkradio.com in that email. Have them join up tonight. Have them tap into the stream and enjoy all the wealth of information, fun and tomfoolery and entertainment that happens during the course of this hour. Don't forget, you can always keep up with the most important things in the world of barbecue and grilling by going to our website, thebbqcentral.com or thebarbecuecentral.com. Either one will get you where you want to go. Click on the forum button. That's where most of the sharing of information happens, although there's a full website built around Barbecue Central. Podcasts, maps, so forth. Also, if you've missed the Barbecue Central show here on LA Talk Radio, go ahead and circle back to the archives page by clicking on the Barbecue Central badge, which is located right there on the LA Talk Radio homepage. Click on the Barbecue Central badge, and that'll bring you to my bio page. In there, you will find a complete list of all the archive shows that have taken place since the inception of LA Talk Radio and the Barbecue Central show here on. I believe that dates back to February 7th, so a number of shows to catch up on if this is your first time in. Don't feel bad that you haven't gotten to hear each and every one of them. There's more than enough ways to go ahead and get all the archive shows. Of course, if you're an iTunes freak or an iTunes mark, the Barbecue Central show on LA Talk Radio is available on iTunes as well. So if you're an iPodder or if you use iTunes to go ahead and get your podcasts as your aggregator, which is a very popular way to do things these days. It is on iTunes. All you have to do is either search me as the author, Greg Rempe, R-E-M-P-E, or you can search the Barbecue Central show on LA Talk Radio. And there you go. If you need some setup, let's go ahead and talk about a few things. I was expecting to have an interview, and I do not believe it'll actually happen tonight, unfortunately, with a guy by the name of, I believe it's Jack Pirates or Peritz of Bob B's Bottling Incorporated. Of course, the idea for that particular segment was a number of us have made our own sauce recipe or our own barbecue rub recipe. Some of us have been successful in taking it to the next level where you're looking to actually take it to market, sell it to independent stores or food chains, or just retail it online, and you're sick and tired of kind of doing it illegally in your own house, and you want to take it to the next level professionally and get a company packer. Jack is a proprietor of Bobby's Bottling Company, and I believe that is in North Carolina somewhere. But the communication with him kind of tapered off. I don't know if he wasn't ready to actually do a segment tonight, so we'll try and hook that back up for next week, because that is some information that I know the guy that sponsors what is now going to be tried as Barbecue Password for the last segment of the show tonight, Tim Patton from Swamp Sauce, or PD River Swamp Sauce Barbecue Sauce. That's who he uses for his company packer, so I thought it would be interesting to get somebody on to talk about that whole arena of the barbecue and grilling world. So we'll try and hook that up for next week. And then, as I had mentioned previously, end of the show, of course, the giveaway, 2 bottles of PD River Swamp Sauce Barbecue Sauce, graciously donated by Tim Patton over at Swamp Sauce. And you can get more information on that at swampsauce.com. And don't forget, Swamp Sauce was the winner of the Barbecue Central barbecue sauce contest that we held just a little while back. Did want to make one mention. Last week I had Fred Bernardo on from Fred's Music and BBQ.com. He's the owner of that particular online retailing establishment. Also has the full showroom of barbecue paraphernalia there in Shillington, Pennsylvania. In regards to the stacker units, people were emailing me during the course of the week wondering if I had any type of inside information on when the new units were going to be coming in. The only thing I can tell you is, you know as much as I do, Fred pretty much spilled his guts last week saying that they are currently working on some type of rush order to get more units in. They were going to be at the more expensive price due to the shellacking he took with the importing of the first round of stacker units. So by all accounts, they were being sent out, and I know somebody in Michigan who was actually in the Barbecue Central Forum who had the Weber Smoky Mountain stacker, got it, and actually, I believe, cooked on it. So if he is obliged to call in and give a first-hand account on how it works, if it adds anything to the cook, if it detracts from anything in the cook versus using a regular Weber Smoky Mountain, certainly he's more than welcome to call in, share his thoughts on that, and we can certainly go from there. Other items as well, if you're interested, we can talk about the judging bias topic that has been kind of ongoing here probably over the last 2 or 3 weeks here on the Barbecue Central show. Also, coupled with that is the garnish. There's been a thread on another barbecue forum, the Barbecue Brethren forum, that I'll actually get into here in just a few minutes to kind of pick up that whole topic, and we can kind of revisit it. I'll go ahead and read the thread, give you my thoughts as I read it, and if you're so inclined to call in and give your thoughts about it, we'll welcome that as well. We'll also get into some barbecue news, go over some results of recent barbecue competitions from this past weekend, answer your emails, so forth. Stand by. We'll be right back. Scotty.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures, so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hi, this is Jeff Richards, Columbus, Ohio. You're listening to Barbecue Central.
Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back. It's the Barbecue Central Show, LA Talk Radio on your Tuesday evening. Glad to have you aboard. 216-220-0966. Number to call in if you want to jump in. Give me your take on barbecue grilling competitions, cooking styles, methods, accessories, and whatnot. You can also email me at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com. All right, so let's go ahead and fire up this new segment called the Barbecue News segment. I've ferociously studied the internet and brought up a couple stories, plus we'll go over some results from this past weekend. There was a new program, this new thing I found from another site on the Pickled Pig that actually allows you to kind of interact with some of the events that Paul Ostrom from the Pickled Pig had actually put up. A lot of cool interactive stuff going on over there that I'll actually probably try to incorporate, refine, and hopefully make a decent segment to the show here. So without any further ado. Yeah, I was going to actually try and do the news as Harry Carey, and I forgot. Nevertheless, realistic teletype behind me for me to actually read the news. And we go to Dateline St. Louis Dispatch. Austin, Texas. Texans take their barbecue seriously. How seriously? Here's a quote from last month's Texas Monthly magazine. 18 hungry reviewers, 14,773 miles driven or flown, 341 joints visited, countless bites of brisket, sauces, chicken, pork, white bread, potato salad, and slaw, vats of sauce ingested. There are only 50 slots on our quinquennial list of the best places to eat barbecue in Texas. Only 5 of those got high honors. Fortunately for the writer of this article, who was Charles Williams, number 5 on the list, Louis Mueller Barbecue, located in Taylor, just 30 minutes drive from Austin. Place is a barbecue joint every sense of the word. Fading photos and business cards adorn the textured walls, and the light beams in from dirty glass panes, creating an ambiance that can't be faked by restaurant chains. While standing in line, you'll be offered some brisket to chew on, pass the time. For me, it sealed the deal. I added a homemade sausage link, beans, potato salad, bread, and cold Shiner Bach beer to wash it all down. Just for good measure, I hovered over my dining companion's pork ribs, hoping for a nibble. Carnivore heaven. Louis Miller Barbecue also ended up as one of my top 5 barbecue spots. If I had liked the watery sauce better, it might have made the top spot. But the quest for the world's best barbecue continues, like they say. It's the journey, not the destination. All photos, a story written by Charles Williams of the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. Good story. Actually got an email from a guy in Oklahoma who said that the top barbecue spot in Texas was a place called Snow's. Another one of those family homebound type, not shack, but not chain type restaurants where they start at 8. And, of course, they go ahead and they started at 8. When the meat runs out, the shop closes. I always think that if I was going to open up a barbecue shop here in Cleveland, so immediately failure, but I would open it up and either serve it by the pound or serve until the meat runs out, and then just pack it up and call it a day. That's just me. And we move on. State Line Mason City. Some of the biggest names in barbecue are coming to the 5th annual North Ohio Up and Smoke Barbecue Bash in Mason City this coming weekend, which is this coming weekend, not this past weekend. 9 championship teams are among the 53 team field entered into this year's contest, which takes place Friday and Saturday at East Park. Total number of teams this year is lower than last year, but other barbecue events across the nation also have fewer teams entering because of what? Only the things that I've been talking about here on the Barbecue Central Show for the last number of weeks. Higher prices for food and, of course, gas. This according to, of course, yours truly and Ruth Miller, marketing manager for the Globe Gazette, which sponsors Up and Smoke. However, 12 teams that have never competed at the Up and Smoke contest are coming, including who, you ask? Lot of Bull, Mike Davis. He has been on the show 2 weeks ago, I believe. He's from Oklahoma, the 2006 KCBS Team of the Year, 2007 KCBS Team of the Year runner-up. Also a number of grand championships under his belt this year that they conveniently left out. Props to you, Mike. Number of teams from Kansas City area will also be competing at Up and Smoke for the first time. Some of the teams are relatively new to barbecuing, according to Miller. I'm so thrilled they are coming, she said. In addition to all the out-of-state teams, a number of local teams will be competing as well. There you have it. And now I will try this as we jet right to the Pickled Pig. Reviewing results as I have them. Quick hit email from Paul Ostrom at the Pickled Pig. Thanks for the plug tonight. Great show as always. Paul, thank you. And as far as your second comment, would you expect any less? Just kidding. Thanks for the kind words. This for the week for July 16th through the 22nd. So we're hitting light blue colored push pins. So let's go to Troy, New York. I used to live right by there. Saratoga Springs. How about that? Took place July 20th. This was the Troy Pig Out Grand Champion IQ Reserve Transformer Barbecue. First place in chicken was Lakeside Smokers. First place in ribs was IQ. First place pork, Smokin' Wally's. And first place brisket, Transformers Barbecue. And we move on to Reading, Pennsylvania, Burke's Barbecue Bash. Cool Smoke, who, if memory serves me correctly, is KCBS 2007 Team of the Year. Midnight Smokers Reserve Grand Champion. First place chicken, Low and Slow Barbecue. First place ribs, Pequia Pullers. Sorry if I mispronounced the name. First place pork, Jumping Gnomes Barbecue. First place brisket, Guts Smokehouse. We move on to the Ohio Veterans Barbecue Cook-Off in Kettering, Ohio. And, of course, this is where Barbecue Central Karma lives. Grand Champion, Eagle River Barbecue, a.k.a. my man Mike, Barbecue Central member. Reserve Grand Champion, Show Me Your Bones. First place chicken, Monty Python Holy Grill. First place ribs, Motley Q Crew. First place pork, last year's Jack Daniels winner, Chad Hayden from Moonswiners Barbecue. First place brisket, Karma reigns again, Eagle River Barbecue. Congratulations to Big Mike on his Grand Champion. A lot of good teams there, too, by the way, to beat out. So congratulations to him. We move on to third annual Crow River Barbecue Challenge in Watertown, Minnesota. Full Frontal BBQ. Grand Champion. Reserve Grand, Wee Willie's. First place chicken, Quiet Riot. Ribs, Full Frontal BBQ. Pork, Full Frontal BBQ. Brisket, Wee Willie's. So Full Frontal putting on a full-scale press on that one as we move to Barbecue in the Park in LaPorte, Iowa. Pellet Envy. One of their two Grand Championships, actually, over the weekend, and I do not believe their second one is actually listed. Ponderosa Barbecue gets Reserve Grand Champion. Iowa Smoky D's BBQ, first in chicken. Ponderosa BBQ, ribs, and brisket. And pork goes to Iowa's Smoky D's BBQ. We go to Riverfest 2008, Red, White, and Q in Bellevue, Nebraska. Winning that one, Early Bird Barbecue. Munchin' Hogs at the Hilton Reserve Squeal of Approval for chicken, Fat Pats Barbecue, ribs, pork, SSOB, and brisket, Early Bird BBQ. 2 more to go. Glasgow Tri-County Jamboree, Smoking on the River, Glasgow, Missouri. Great Grills of Fire wins that one better than a Big Mac. Reserve Grand. Ray J's Barbecue gets chicken. Natural Born Grillers gets ribs and pork, and Great Grills of Fire, grand champion, also took first place in brisket. Rounding out the field on results that I have from thepickledpig.com, Anthony Downs Barbecue, Anthony, Kansas. JP Custom Smoke takes grand champion as well as chicken and brisket. Twin Oaks Smokin' Crew gets reserve grand along with ribs. So 2 teams really getting all over that particular competition. And that's all I have for interactive results, brought to you by the Pickled Pig. Again, thanks to Paul. I just kind of was on his website checking that all out. And you can actually get more in-depth by clicking on a little link on that actually takes you to a whole rundown of, how many teams competed and the top 10 finishes and all that stuff. But just a quick hit segment, a news segment, if you will. And that's how we roll here on the Barbecue Central Show. Let me know what you thought. Did you like the quick news segment or not? When we come back, we'll be talking about the Post that is rocking internet forums across the globe. A new certified Kansas City barbecue judge posts how he actually scored things in a competition, is getting all kinds of heat. Hey, if you're listening, call in. Defend yourself. You had the stones to post, had the stones to call in and talk about it. I'm a gentle guy. Don't forget, end of the show, barbecue password. Better write some questions up for that. Stand by.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio. The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
The future of barbecue is already here at thebarbecueguru.com. From the amazing guru that monitors and controls the temperatures of any charcoal, wood, or electric pit to the Caldera Tallboy knockdown smoker. Yes, it breaks down and stores flat, yet it's still a robust, sturdy, portable cooker and smokehouse. It also serves as an efficient, temperature-controlled convection oven using wood or charcoal. The Tallboy is designed to fit all catering pans and can be used as a warming oven. You can cook in any style you choose. Make ribs, chicken, jerky, vegetables, smoked cheese, whatever you want. Take it to KCBS competitions and unload it from the trunk of your car. TheBarbecueGuru.com is where you'll find the Caldera 3-Bay Caterer. It's stainless steel and uses charcoal or sterno for chafing purposes. And it doubles as a 3-bay sink or wash station with hot water and knocks down in seconds with no tools required for transportation and storage. The future of barbecue is here at thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
Hello, everybody. This is Gary Vaynerchuk, host of Wine Library TV, a.k.a. WLTV, and this is BBQ Central.
The phone lines are open on the Barbecue Central Show.
Barbecue Central Show.
Call 216-220-0966 to get on the air. Once again, here's your host, Greg Rempe.
LA Talk Radio. It's the Barbecue Central show here on your Tuesday evening. Hope you're doing well. Don't forget at the end of the show, new version of the giveaway for a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce barbecue sauce. Doing away with Know Your Cue, going to the new and potentially improved barbecue password. And we'll get into the rules here at the beginning of that segment, which will be at 9:37 tonight. So if you're interested in taking part in a new game show, and we'll give you fun and fantabulous prizes for free, take the number down, 216-220-0966. Do not call the 818 number on your computer screen. You can also email at bbqcentralradio@gmail.com with any comments. But if you want to take part in the game, you have to call in. So get over your fear. This isn't real radio. Nobody's actually listening. 216-220-0966 to take part in the barbecue password. Now, what I wanted to talk about here for this segment, and it kind of folds in with what I have been talking about here for the last couple of weeks on and off as far as judging bias is concerned, garnish, and so forth. And look, inherently, we're dealing with humans. So that in itself is going to be a problem. There's going to be personal biases that trickle into anything that we do. And to a large degree, there's nothing we can actually do about that. But when it comes to competitions, especially barbecue competitions, because for those people that actually do barbecue competitions and they've actually become hooked by the whole majesty and mystique of it, it's becomes fun and competitive and addicting like anything else does that people like. But there is a large expense here. There is a large expense for entry fees, for buying the meat, for getting your easy ups, and for the cookers, and for the fuel for not only your cars or your trucks, but for your cookers, even if you're using a gas cooker. So couple all that in, and I think it would be not outlandish for me to say that the average, and it's not even an investment, the average expense for a team, whether you're a team first going out or you're a well-seasoned team that is unsponsored, and probably by and large, most teams are not sponsored fully. So there's that expense. Perhaps it's shared by teammates, but let's call it $800 to $1,000, depending on where you're going, depending on how big the prize payout is, and so forth. So you want to, at least for me, I would want to be assured that if I'm going, my ability or my chances of winning are as equal as everybody else on the playing field, and that I am not going to be potentially hindered by a judge who decides to go, for lack of a better term, rogue, but decides to go off of what he thinks should be the barbecue that he's looking for. And that all intertwines and all envelops into the whole judging bias thing. KCBS and every other barbecue sanctioning body that has their own rules puts rules in place in order to weed out as best they can judging biases. However, I think there needs to be a look at how the rules are actually pressed into service, and if there needs to be a revamping of the rules, however long that would take, to perhaps even scale down the opportunity or the chance for judging bias to actually go in. So let me go in and go ahead and read you this post. Again, this was found off the Barbecue Brethren forum. I don't have any problem mentioning other forums on my show, because I'm the only one with a barbecue show on the internet. This was posted by a guy named, we call him Sir Smoke a Lot. And I would first like to point out that the guy had the stones to actually go ahead and post this. And what I would like to say before any other thoughts on this whole thing is a number of people, or there's any number of people on barbecue forums who wouldn't have the balls to say anything back to you if they saw you face to face. They'll take a hard line with you on the internet because it's a lot easier to type knowing that they'll never see a person. but they would never say it to your face. So credit should be given to this guy for actually posting it. That being said, I'm sure there's some things that people took proper disregard to because of how it would affect the overall competition. And here's how it reads, and I quote, "I was really looking forward to my first judging experience this past weekend. As the moments before the first tournament approach, I was eager with anticipation." We break it down now by category, chicken. I'm thinking to myself, those are some pretty good presentations. Remember, garnish is optional. And I could quickly go off on a side tangent about garnish, but nevertheless. So you are judging how appetizing the chicken itself looks. I gave the chicken some fairly high scores all the way around for the most part. It was cooked very well, and even though some of the sauces used were not exactly my cup of tea, almost leaning towards it did not detract from the overall effort. What he fails to mention if he actually scored down because the sauce was not his cup of tea or not. Ribs. Here's where I ran into some trouble. It was brought to my attention that my scores were lower than everyone else at my table. I know what a well-cooked rib is supposed to be. Does that automatically make it a 9 on tenderness? I guess I don't believe it does. If it is well-cooked, we are looking at above average at least. If it's not well-cooked, does that make it average or below average? I tend to believe it does. If it falls off the bone when I take a bite, if I score that as average or better, is that not a disservice to the other cooks that nailed it? If your rib is well cooked, but you leave the membrane on, that is going to hurt you. I don't leave it on. I expect everyone else to remove it as well. So right there, that's a problem statement. That's personal bias going right into judging and affecting and scoring down every rib that he tastes. Removing the membrane should not make a rib average. It is what everyone should do. Again, that's personal bias there. From what I remember from the class, taste is rather subjective. I do not like sticky sweet sauce. I'm probably the exception around here. If your ribs taste like it was dipped in sugar, I'm not going to score it high because that is not what I would like. So what that last sentence probably is what killed the guy. I don't know how long ago his actual post was made on the Barbecue Brethren site, but the fact that he said it's not what he likes is it everything that we've been talking about here for the last couple of weeks and what is inherently wrong and how judging bias is peeping in everywhere. Now we're just kind of getting a voyeuristic look inside because, again, he decided to post. Pork, again, here's what I got in trouble. Once again, I was told my scores were lower than everyone else at my table. I believe I'm a good pulled pork cook. If I look at an entry and it looks like it's mush, I'm not going to rank it high on appearance, even though my box may look nice. I'm judging it based on how much I am looking forward to trying it. Is this wrong? If you serve me mush, I'm seriously supposed to score it high because it's tender, and if all I can taste is salt, even though it may be cooked well, I'm going to knock you down. Again, taste going into how he's scoring, not good. Brisket, I think they figured I was a lost cause. At this time, I got a square of brisket. It looked burnt on the top. It was full of fat. While the meat was tasty, it was overcooked and the fat inside detracted from it. Some of the entries were decent and they were cooked pretty well. But there was just not a lot of flavor. So tell me, am I too hard? I judged things how I truly felt. It may have gone against everyone else at the table, but I was honest with myself. I understand that reps were only doing their job, letting me know my scores were low. I have no ill will toward them. I guess I'm very hard on myself as a cook, and that translates towards other cooks as well. Has this happened to anyone else? So, of course, I invite your thoughts at 216-220-0966. But within the structure, the framework of his well-crafted post, he shows that indeed personal preference is right there at the table. And as from the round table that I had with Jiminian Rod Gay and Kevin Bevington from HomeBBQ.com, that it's not this goes to show you that it's spreading from new judges and all the way to very experienced judges who think they know what it should be. And it goes to show that people are judging barbecue based on what they think the turn-in should be and not what the turn-in is itself. Is it legal? Is it meeting all the criteria? Everything else should be left out. Your thoughts when we come back, plus your chance to win a 2-pack of PD River Swamp Sauce Barbecue Sauce. Stay tuned.
You're listening to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. And it's location-free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away. And there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market. Now, let's get back to the Barbecue Central Show on LA Talk Radio.
Welcome back, LA Talk Radio. It's the Barbecue Central Show on your Tuesday evening. Hope you're doing well. 216-220-0966. If you're so inclined to weigh in on the last segment, reading of the post on the Barbecue Brethren forum about personal bias and judging, how a new judge was at a competition and is now getting an extreme amount of heat from a number of cooks. And, again, we can go back to the fact that people are going to tell you stuff on the internet that they wouldn't normally tell you in person just because that's how people are. But here's my 2 cents. Again, first, I appreciate the fact that he actually had the guts to post it, and I would have never done that myself. That being said, it's blatantly told you, and unless he attended a completely horrifically taught Kansas City Barbecue Society judging class, your personal opinions are told right up front to be left out of the equation during the class. And then I believe at the contest it is also reiterated a number of times that if you open up a box, and here's where my arguments come into play. First of all, there needs to be some type of process put in place to continually refine and weed out any type of personal bias. The fact that, the guy doesn't like salty pork because he doesn't like it and then is going to score down every turn-in box that has salty pork taste to it is completely wrong and should be addressed accordingly. The fact that he doesn't like sticky sweet barbecue sauce and things will be scored down accordingly, again, is completely intolerable. the fact that if he saw pulled chicken turn in on a box instead of chicken thighs and he would score down for that, again, would be inexcusable. The fact that if he didn't like the way that the parsley sat in the box or any number of other things, and these are things that he didn't say, of course, but these are things that I've heard over the past number of weeks. If it has this color sauce or if it looks like that or if it looks like this or if it has this taste that you don't like. Again, judges are scoring things on what they aren't instead of scoring things on what they are. And if they meet the criteria, they need to be scored as such. So some people took up for the guy saying that he was getting attacked. But it all ties back to this. Competitors, barbecue competitors, are going and spending a lot of money at competitions. And if you have a judge who, after he scores, is going around to booths and maybe not bragging, but saying how he put the wood or put the hammer down on teams and scored them really low because of things that he didn't like, there's going to be some blowback from the competitors because they're basically being told that what they did didn't meet his criteria. And that is completely wrong and completely goes against everything that particular sanctioning body told him to leave out of the judging criteria. And that's why you're getting blowback from people, and that's why people are coming off a little bit more stern than perhaps they would if you would have not posted it and just talked about it amongst friends or some other competitors who could have set you straight. And there you go. So that's my opinion. People are pissed because they spent a lot of money to go to a competition, and this is the result that they're hearing and or reading at this point, especially after the competition, because they knew they didn't have a shot if their profile matched something that they didn't like. And there you have it. So let's go ahead and try barbecue password. So if you're interested, 216-220-0966, dial now. You can have a chance to win a 2-pack of Swamp Sauce barbecue sauce, PD River Swamp Sauce barbecue sauce, donated by Tim Patton. You can find out more information about Swamp Sauce at swampsauce.com. And that's PD River Swamp Sauce barbecue sauce. It's good stuff. A little bit out of the ordinary. Not a big, thick, base sauce. Definitely a little bit more on the thinner side, vinegary type stuff. I like it. Always in the Rempe household. Fully endorsed. Fully appreciated. So pick some up at swampsauce.com.
You're a mess. Look at you. You're a mess.
216-220-0966 is the number to call to go ahead and take part in the very first barbecue password. Perhaps rules, I should explain the rules. I would mention, I will say a word, and then you have to think about what I would say. And if we match, I ring a bell, and we go from there. So let's go ahead and take a call. We go to Brad. Brad, welcome to Barbecue Central.
Hey, man. Thanks a lot.
How are you tonight?
Doing great.
Are you looking to play the game?
Yeah, I want to play.
Well, let's see how this works out. I'm going to play an old intro bed, and then we'll get going from there.
Okay.
And now it's time for the game show sweeping the nation. Know Your Cue with your host, me, Greg Rempe. And now, here's me, Greg Rempe.
All right, but we actually know it. Now it's barbecue password.
Okay.
All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to say a word, and then you need to come up with an answer that I am thinking of. Kind of like, password, right?
I'm with you. Yeah, man.
All right, you need to get 3 of the 5 that I have right in order to win the sauce, and since you're the only one that calls and time is running out, you're probably going to get the sauce anyway, but let's see how this works out.
Okay.
Here we go. First word, whole packer.
Flat.
Sorry, brisket.
Okay, gotcha.
Second one, hickory.
Wood.
Very good. Third word, minion.
Method.
I'm thinking that maybe people are now thinking that we were in cahoots here to make this thing actually come off the first time. Fourth, low.
And slow.
Yeah, very good. And finally, and this was going to be the real ringer, hard one to put somebody over the top, but you've already won. Spatchcock.
Chicken.
Brad. I believe that is 4 out of 5.
I believe so too, man.
And congratulations to you. You get the 2-pack of Petey River Swamp Sauce Barbecue Sauce. Have you had any?
I have not.
It's very good stuff. I actually buy it from Tim. I'm not lucky enough to win any. But it's very good, and it's not like anything you've ever had. So keep an open mind and understand that it's very, very good stuff. Any thoughts on what we've been talking about tonight that you would like to weigh in on before the end of the show?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking about something. I'm a teacher, and sometimes when we teachers are giving the kids a grade on something, we'll come up with something called a rubric, where you get 1 point for this, 2 points for something else, 3, 1 to 10. It'd be kind of cool if the judges used a rubric showing how they judged. That way the judging can be more of an even play. What someone says is mushy could actually have a number for mushy and unedible.
How wide should the scoring system be, though? From what I've been reading here, over the last 3 or 4 hours, there's a number of scoring systems out there that just seem to be too wide in their scope of, from 2 to 9 or from, 3 to 10 or whatever.
I like the wide scope because it gives you more of a difference. I mean, I've actually graded kids in a classroom, and when I grade 50 kids and they're getting 8s and 9s, I'm starting to worry that they're not really sounding the same with what they're giving me for their work.
Right.
But I have to give them that same number because I believe it follows that rubric. I'd like a larger number.
So we will submit rubric to Kansas City Barbecue Society.
And make sure I get the copyright.
And I will make sure you get the copyright. Brad, make sure you email me with your shipping info. I'll send it down to Tim, and he will hook you up with the sauce.
All right. Thanks a lot, man.
Thanks for calling in tonight, Brad. There's Brad. There's your show. Thanks to Brad for calling in and actually making Barbecue Password a success. So, to all you doubters, thanks to Tim Patton for donating Petey River Swamp Sauce Barbecue Sauce for the Barbecue Password. Very much. Thank you. SwampSauce.com. No thanks to guests tonight because there were not any, so I'll try and hook up Jim from the Bobby's Bottling Company for next week. Thanks to Brad for calling in. Thanks to Paul for emailing. Both Pauls. Paul Kruzuk and Paul Ostrom. Whoever Paul Kruzka is. Thanks to the Barbecue Central crew, Sam Haston in Los Angeles running the sound. Don't forget the broads are up after me at 10 o'clock tonight. We'll see you back here next Tuesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for the Barbecue Central Show. This is your program host, Greg Rempe. Good night now.
The Big Green Egg is the most unique barbecue and grilling product on the market, with its unmatched capabilities and flexibility that surpass all other conventional cookers combined. It's a smoker, a grill, and an oven. You can literally cook any food on it year-round, from appetizers to entrees to desserts. The Big Green Egg lights fast, and it's ready to cook on within 10 minutes, and no need for that yucky lighter fluid. The ceramic walls retain heat with an accurate temperature control, so there are no hot spots. And since the top is down while you're cooking, there are no grease flare-ups. Its handsome, unique, and decorative design produces the juiciest and most succulent food you'll ever taste. And don't forget about the world-class customer service and the lifetime warranty that goes along with every unit. You can find out more about the Big Green Egg by visiting their website at biggreenegg.com. That's biggreenegg.com. The Big Green Egg, the most versatile and unique barbecue and grilling product on the market.
Barbecue has never been easier with the Barbecue Guru. The Barbecue Guru is a temperature control and monitor for all pits, charcoal, wood, electric, your pit. It easily attaches to any smoker or pit and gives you simple, trouble-free control of your temperatures so you can make championship quality barbecue every time and all the time. and it's location free. Take it anywhere. This amazing breakthrough in barbecue technology is a microprocessor-controlled draft system that uses temperature monitors and a small fan to keep your temperatures constant. The stainless steel Guru Pit Minder gives you a choice of controls from 90 to 370 degrees. So cold smoking, pepper drying, making cheese or jerky, or fabulous briskets and ribs is nothing short of effortless. The Procom 4 lets you monitor your pit from up to 600 feet away, and there's more. Check out the full line of products and accessories for the future of barbecue with new items on the way. Visit thebarbecueguru.com. That's www.thebbqguru.com or call 1-800-288-GURU.